Legacy Live is a new web-based application designed for the owners at any of the Legacy Vacation Club resorts. By signing in, owners can search for unit availability, make reservations, or confirm their stays. Wasobi was tasked with designing the overall user interface and experience, and Synergex International created a number of web service APIs to integrate the site with RCC, the resort management software package used by Legacy. The result is a system that accommodates three major reservation types: fixed week, float week, and exploration rentals. Points-based and fee-based reservations are also incorporated. Let's take a look at a fixed week reservation. After validating the user's information through an RCC login web service, the system uses jQuery and ODBC to pull a complete list of resorts at which the owner has a contract. The user is then presented with a list of properties at which their contracts allow them to confirm a stay. Once a resort is selected, the owner's assigned week is pre-populated into the arrival and departure dates, and a few added pieces of information are requested. Once the next button is pressed, a different RCC web service is fired, this time to confirm unit availability. Next, based on the reservation type and the type of property selected, the user is then presented with a customized screen showing terms and conditions unique to their activity. Of course, going to all that work to customize the terms and conditions means that we really want the owner to read it all, so if they forget, they can go back and confirm that they've got the picture and continue with the reservation. Next, RCC's Confirm Reservation web service quickly finalizes the reservation. Notes for the reservation are then added through a third-party web service provided by Concord, a financial processor used by Legacy Vacation Club. Once Concord is satisfied with the information it gets, an email is sent to the owner confirming their request, and a separate email is automatically sent to Legacy's guest services for logging purposes. The user is also given the opportunity to print the confirmation when they've completed the reservation. An owner that wishes to reserve a float week unit will find a similar interface. Just as with a fixed week reservation, the system pulls resort availabilities based on the contract and verifies the account is current. Our test user has 4 different resorts with float week contracts, but float week reservations need to be fair to other owners, so there's a limit to how far in advance a reservation can be made. The user's account is quickly queried each time a resort is selected to see if there is any availability in their contract for a stay within the next 10 months or so. Once the user has located a resort with the season availability that's not too far in the future, they're given the option of selecting any of the weeks that are still available. They select the week they'd like to travel, and the RCC web service confirms availability and then displays the accommodation the owner will have. And just as with fixed weeks, a customized terms and conditions page is presented to the user. Upon acceptance, the reservation is confirmed through the RCC web service a few seconds later, and financial notes are added through Concord's web service. Now let's take a look at an exploration booking. Explorations allow owners to select any of the Legacy Vacation Club resorts, whether or not they have a unit located there, and to book a points or fee-based rental. The owner first selects one of the resorts at which they have a week or more deposited. The owner is then presented with a list of all Legacy Vacation Club destinations and can select to search as many of the locations as they require. Now the user is asked to give a desired arrival and departure date. Maybe this time we'll go out a few months and take a look for September availabilities. Of course, not all resorts allow check-ins on any given day, so only resorts that meet the requirement will be displayed. This is determined by a quick web service call to RCC. Nope, the web service reported no availabilities on Friday either. Let's try Sunday, since we really want to travel and arrive on the weekend. After an exhaustive search is completed, the owner is notified that not all of the resorts they selected will be available during their planned vacation, but at least one will be. Clicking OK allows them to review the accommodation, and if everything looks okay, they can continue to book the room. However, because they're not staying in their contracted accommodations, they'll need to take care of a small surcharge. They can type in their credit card information, which is then charged through a third party, Authorize.net. Since we're not interested in spending the money just yet, we can leave the process now. It's always nice to provide some feedback though, so we'll take care of that here. All told, 7 WCF web services were created by Synergex for integration with RCC. Wasobi also created 11 ODBC services, 1,000 lines of HTML5 and CSS3 code, and 3,000 lines of jQuery. While that may sound like a lot, from concept to completion, the entire project took a small team only 45 days to complete, and has been met with outstanding reviews from Legacy Vacation Club's owners and members.